Yo, what is going on, man? In today's episode, what we're going to be talking about is actually a lesson I got from this book today, man. And when I read this quote right here, it really made me reflect back into a time in my life, back like almost 10 years ago. And before I even give you guys that story, let me just read what this book says. This book is actually an amazing book. I'm not gonna lie. 50 Cent and Robert Greene. 50 Cent's my guy, and Robert Greene. If you don't know who Robert Greene is, he's a dude who made 48 Laws of Power. There's some wisdom in this book, all right? In the book, it says, let me just find the page. Most often, when they do something to harm or block us, it really is not directed at us personally. It comes from some unfinished business from the past or deep insecurities. We happen to cross their path at the wrong moment. Now, man, listen. For me personally, the way I took it in when I first read it, it took me back nearly 10 years ago, man. What I realized back then, like if you guys have been watching me for a bit, I talk about how I used to be a big hooper. I used to play a lot of basketball. That was a really big passion of mine back in high school. It was the only thing I did, right? And while I was playing basketball, just to give you guys some context, I first started playing basketball when I was in grade 7. I wasn't really good at it. I was just tall. I was super uncoordinated. I couldn't shoot the ball. I couldn't dribble. I was just good at basketball for the simple fact that I was tall when I was 12 years old. And then as the years went by, I used to play with these dudes who were a year older than me, and they were really good at basketball for their age. They had been playing pretty much all their life, man. And they kind of always looked at me as like their son, as in like they would look at me as like I would always just never be better than them just because they remember me from when I was in grade 7, man. That's why you often hear these people online talking about moving out your hometown because a lot of the people that you grew up with just know you from an old identity. So when they see you starting to change, they'll throw hate and attack at you because they know you from before, right? They're not used to your new identity. But I digress, man. Like I was saying, there was these group of guys. They were a year older than me. They were better than me at basketball from like pretty much grade 7 to 8. However, when I got into high school, I had developed a lot in those 2 years. I was practicing every single day. I was getting good at basketball. And then what eventually happened was a lot of them, like they would try to downplay my skill. They would talk a whole bunch of shit, and I was a shy ass kid, man. I didn't really talk much, man. I didn't really have much confidence in myself. The only confidence that I really had was just my skill in basketball. If I really look back in high school, the only thing I was really truly confident was in basketball because I practiced like a maniac. But they would downplay my skill at basketball, and a lot of them would hate on me. They would talk trash. They would say I'm really not that good and stuff. And I was 14 at the time, so at the time I kind of felt hurt, man. If I'm gonna keep it real with you guys, like I didn't understand why these guys were hating on me so much. These guys would make fun of me, and ironically enough, what ended up happening was I like pretty much all the people that were downplaying my skill back in grade 9. A lot of them ended up getting cut closer towards the grade 11, grade 12 year. And I was making the team every single year, being captain for like 2 years. If we really compare high school careers, I outdid all of them, right? But that quote, what it just says right there, what I read to you guys, a lot of the times, people's hate and attacks that they throw at us just come from a place within themselves of insecurity or unresolved trauma, man, right? Because when they throw attacks at us, we think we did something wrong personally. No, we didn't do nothing wrong, brother. We didn't do nothing wrong. There's just something wrong with them internally. And like that book mentioned, it's you just happen to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. And in my situation, because like these guys had seen me in grade 7 and 8, and we ended up going to the same high school, I was just the wrong place at the wrong time. They saw me improving my skills. They had an insecurity that I was like starting to become better than them, which I was. I didn't understand why they were hating on me, but it was came from a place of insecurity within themselves because a lot of them ended up getting cut. A lot of them didn't end up making the team later on. A lot of them, like even the ones who did end up making the team with me, I was playing more than them and I was scoring more points than them. And I know it's a bitter feeling within them because they were talking so much shit and I ended up outdoing them in terms of like career in high school. I know this is not like fucking NBA or college or anything, right? But this is just an example I'm trying to give to you guys, man, a personal story of mine. And I realize now it just really came down from a place of insecurity within these guys. That's why they were throwing these attacks at me personally, right? And I was taking it personal at the time. But even now, man, if I really look at it, like I make content now. A lot of the times I get hate comments and stuff, right? But now that the way that book framed it, it's nothing wrong with you personally. If anyone ever throws hate at you, man, it's never personal, man. It's really just a problem within them, right? And you just happen to be at the wrong place at the wrong time, and you just happen to be the target, right? You should never take any hate or animosity towards you seriously, man. And don't take it personally, too. Because the people that I know, like my mentors, for example, they're very successful people, right? These guys don't hate on anyone, man. I'm telling you, a lot of the times, haters are just people who are beneath you, like I always mention, and they just have a deep insecurity within them, man. The other day, I think today, man, some dude was commenting some shit on one of my shorts talking about, oh, why are you talking about, trying to act like you're all this and this, acting like a success coach, this, and this. And the video I was talking about was how I became better at basketball through repetition. And he somehow misconstrued my idea of what I was trying to get across. And he was trying to tell me I was trying to act like one of these life coach gurus or anything. When honestly, if you guys watch my videos, I just tell you guys my side of the story. I just give you guys my life experiences, and whatever you guys can grab from it and take from it and use in your life to improve it. That's all I'm here to do, man. But anyways, man, when I read that comment, it just made me think, wow, this dude has such an insecurity within them that he thinks by me just speaking my message about how you can get better. And listen, what I was saying in that video is actually factual. It was mind blowing. I was just saying that if you want to get better at a skill, you got to do the repetitions over and over and over. It's factual that if you do more sales calls, you'll get better at sales. If you present more in front of audiences, you'll become a better public speaker. If you go to the gym more often, you'll get a better physique. If you even making these videos right here, I made more videos, I started getting better at it, right? It's not like what I was saying was like some lie or some shit. It's actually factual. And I was explaining a story about it, but yet because he thought I was trying to be something that he probably has an adequacy and he doesn't truly believe he can actually be successful himself, he has to throw that hate and animosity towards me, man, right? And this framework of thinking, man, I really wanted to share with you guys, man, because me personally, man, especially back in the day, man, when people would throw attacks at me, I would take it so fucking personal, man. I would take it way more personally than I needed to, and I would almost build up hatred towards this person, man. I would fucking hate them. And this lesson right here, it just allows me to be more free, man. It allows me to really just understand that even when people are attacking you, man, it's just nothing wrong with you, man. There's literally nothing wrong with you if people are attacking you for trying to do something or say a message, man. Because at the end of the day, if they're attacking you, right? Because if a motherfucker really doesn't like your shit, right? When I see some shit I don't like on Instagram, on YouTube, I'll just scroll away. The amount of energy you have to put to actually comment some mean shit, or it's beyond me. It's beyond my comprehension level. I don't understand why. If I ever do leave a comment on a YouTube video, it's usually a positive one because it impacted me and I want to share that and thank the person, right? But you just watched a video that you didn't like, and instead of just scrolling away and ignoring it, you choose to comment it. You're now boosting the person's algorithm, and on top of that too, you're just wasting your own time when you could have just scrolled away. It doesn't make sense to me, man. I know this video was a little bit all over the place, man. I'm kind of like tight on time, and I just was like, fuck, I gotta make a video for you guys. I told you I'm gonna upload every single day. But what you can get from today's episode, man, is that do not take personal attacks, any animosity, or any hatred that comes towards you personally, man. Whenever someone is throwing that at you in any form in your life, just realize there's something internally wrong with them. They either have, the book mentions, unresolved trauma or a deep insecurity within them. You just happen to be at the wrong place at the wrong time, and you just happen to be the target. And that just happens sometimes. It's life, bro. It happens, bro. And when you realize this, man, it will allow you to be more free because you don't have to take that shit personally, and you can go move on with your life knowing that you almost kind of feel bad for these people that when they end up throwing hate at you, because you're just like, damn, dude, you're going through so much in your life that you have to spread that hatred towards someone else, man. But with that being said, man, I want to wrap today's video. I want to wrap today's video up. I hope you guys got some value from this. If you guys enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate if you could subscribe and like and leave a comment, man. Let me know what you guys thought. Other than that, I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one.